Welcome to Beyond the Prep, a podcast dedicated to providing information and insights into the bodybuilding sport. This podcast covers a wide range of topics from finding a coach to the struggling of competing, nutrition, supplements, cost, and much more. I'll be talking with competitors so you can hear their stories, judges, coaches. If you're interested in sharing your story, send me a note at skapach40@gmail.com. Welcome to Beyond the Prep. I'm your host, Sherry Capach. I'd like to welcome today, Ashley. Welcome, and thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So you competed this morning.
Yes, I did.
So what got you into this sport?
I've always loved the gym. So going to the gym was big. Mm-hmm. And then I actually went through some really bad postpartum depression.
Okay.
And then it took a lot of encouragement for getting back to the gym. And then it became a renewed passion of mine to create more goals within going to the gym. Mm-hmm. And then actually people just started asking me when I was going to compete. They're like, so are you competing? Are you going to compete? I had one friend in particular, the first one who mentioned it to me, kind of seeded the idea. So she came and watched me today.
Nice.
And so I was like, well, people keep asking, I should just do it. It might be fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's when you decided. So did you know a lot about bodybuilding at that time?
No.
When you were being asked? No. So you didn't know what you were getting yourself into?
Not exactly. I knew it was obviously a sport based on aesthetics.
Yeah.
I know that I probably have the genetics for it. I knew if I, put an effort in, I was likely going to get results. Mm-hmm. So I thought I should try this. This might be my thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this was your first time on stage. So what did you think of it?
It was fun. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a great competitor I was with, Lisa. Mm-hmm. Her and I clicked big this morning, and then we just loved being on stage together.
Oh, that's good.
I'm sticking around in the afternoon to watch her she's doing the afternoon show again. And she's awesome. We had a lot of fun. So
amazing. So what did you think of all the the preparation working up to the stage? How was that for you?
It was good, actually.
Yeah.
I really liked it. It was expensive. Mm-hmm. It's expensive. That's a big piece of it. Secondly is you gotta eat a lot of food. One thing I realized, I'd never actually realized some backwards thinking I had about food. That was, maybe ingrained in me when I was young, to not eat a lot, and that if I ate a lot, I was gonna get fat, as if that was a bad thing. Mm-hmm. So I was a dramatic undereater. So actually my biggest challenge when I started this prep is it felt like I had to force feed myself. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I felt painfully bloated.
Okay.
And going to bed was painful. My gut was rock hard. I was drinking 3 liters of water a day. Yeah. And I started off at 2,100 calories, which was my regular daily diet. Prior to that was 1,200 to 1,500. Mm-hmm. And that was normal for me my whole life, without me even realizing that was an unhealthily low amount of calories.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm so grateful for the process, actually, because introducing those extra calories brought me gains that I was dying for in the gym.
Okay.
I was at a level, like I said, I've always gone to the gym. Mm-hmm. And I was plateauing, and I was getting kind of upset about it. And then I think that was where I really truly made the final call to sign up for this show. Mm-hmm. Was because I was like, I got to do something, because I'm getting really upset about my plateau.
Where you're at. Yeah.
And maybe I just got to try something different, commit to something, get some coaching to get gains. Mm-hmm. And I got some pretty serious gains over prep I was very happy about. So I love the process.
It's definitely, you would say, maybe like it's eye-opening going, like you say, you're so used to being at a deficit, not realizing you're at a deficit and not understanding, like, I can't gain any muscle,
Yeah.
right? What's going on? And then they introduce all this food and you're like, oh my God.
And the even crazier thing is that my body got more feminine.
Interesting. Yeah.
Bodybuilding created I got a far more feminine physique than I had. I was very square down, boxy shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I've got boxy hips and things. It's like, oh no, oh no.
Oh,
I went out for bodybuilding and I realized I signed up for figure too. Like when I cut down, I was like, yeah, actually. So that's one big misconception I think a lot of girls have about female bodybuilding, because lots of girls would say to me, like, I don't want to get bulky, I don't want to get big, I don't want to bodybuild, I just want to look like you. Everyone says, I just want to look like you. And I was like, I bodybuild.
Yeah.
I was like, I deadlift 255 pounds, like I bench press 135, like I push serious weights, and my body became far more feminine than it ever was prior.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And they're probably like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I got girls,
you want to eat
sexier. Like it was sexy. So bodybuilding is sexy.
Yeah.
It's just I stick to the natural, because I think you maintain a lot of the femininity in natural. And I'm 37 years old. I'm not young, so playing around with anything with hormones and such would probably not be a good trip for me, especially with my history of postpartum depression and things like that.
True.
Yeah.
So first time on stage, 37.
Yeah.
And loved it, enjoyed the process, everything like that. That's great.
And met a lot of great girls backstage too.
It is such a great community.
Yeah, it was awesome to meet some of the girls, and one girl who just rocked it in bikini. Like she was so nervous in the morning, and then you watched her as she kept doing very well. You watched her confidence grow, and you just saw her giving, and it was so fun to watch that girl. She was amazing. And it's what you see on stage, but backstage you see the real, and you see the girls, like you see the nerves, you see that it's like, just because they went on stage and rocked it and killed it, it doesn't mean they didn't mean they weren't nervous. You know?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like backstage in itself is another fun.
It's a great experience.
It is, because no one knows what goes on back there, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's your own little community, and it's great seeing all these competitors, and they're all going through the same thing you're going through. Yeah. Right? Like, and so they can relate.
It is. And lots of girls can, you can be very tired. Lots will have, because you don't know anybody before you start the show, most have the tendency to keep to themselves. But I'm one of those people who bounces around and says hi to everybody. So we created today we created a really fun, great backstage environment. It was awesome. And the team was great. Bombshell Productions, shout out to them. Jenna was amazing. I had a little incident with my spray tan, like right after I got it. I messaged her. I was like, oh my goodness, can you fix me? She's like, absolutely, babe, we got you. Like, they're so good.
They're there to accommodate and keep the stress level down. Absolutely.
Melina's awesome too. Actually, when I signed up, there was no bodybuilding category for women in the natural. There was just your physique, figure, bikini. And then I emailed her and I was like, hey, I want to compete in bodybuilding, but I want to compete in the natural show. And she was excited. She was happy. She was really excited today to see some girls up in the bodybuilding, and
that's great.
Bringing it back. We're bringing it back, and we're making it sexy.
Perfect. That's exciting. So if someone were to come to you today and say, oh yeah, well, and you said you have been approached and they're interested, what piece of advice would you give them? From your experience, what would you give them?
Well, it'd be very personal kind of getting to know them. But I mean, the first piece of advice is like, you have to have a coach. You gotta have a coach, because there were, I had a great coach who let me battle with them a bit. I'm a pretty strong-headed person. So sometimes I do, excuse me, why are we not dropping calories?
Yeah.
You know, I was plateauing at 1500 and he said, no, you're going back to 1800. And I was like, so I'm gonna increase my calories and do more cardio? Does that make any sense? Like I should be dropping down to 1200. And he was like, no. I'm never gonna take you there, because the rebound after dropping that low can be severe, and there can be complications to that. So he was a great coach in keeping me healthy. One of the compliments I got a lot this morning was that they're like, you look healthy, like you look good, you're not tired, you're not
feel good,
you know. And I'm still like, it's competition day, like I dried out, I was dry as can be, and I'm still here right now. Good to go with all the energy. So because there's some misconceptions with that too. There's sometimes, and I think, you know, having a good coach who has your health in mind keeps you strong for competition day. And I can bring back an even bigger, better package next year. I'm already ready to go. Today is freedom day, tomorrow's day one of prep for next year.
Back at it.
Yeah,
that's exciting. So you have a goal, you'll be back on stage next year.
Yeah, I'm gonna be back, and I'm gonna be something to be up against. That's for sure. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna bring it. Come girl, come. You're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna pump you up. We're gonna just. I want to be on stage next to you, and don't worry, you won't get big. You'll actually get more feminine.
That's a big misconception for sure. They don't want to bulk up. They don't want to look like a guy, and the sun is like, oh no. I mean, and you eat, because so many as well. I'm like, I eat a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, how?
Like, I have 6 meals a day. Are you kidding me? I love it. It's great.
Yeah, because they say, even when I started it, you know, I was like, yeah, I'm up in my calories by like 600 calories to start prep, and people are like, that's crazy to increase calories to lose weight. But yeah, I went from, I was probably, like I said, eating 1,500 calories a day. That was like my normal. And then we upped it to 2,100, and I lost 10 pounds like that month. Like I added 600 calories off, and it was not because I was doing much cardio. I was actually working harder in the gym prior to the prep. It actually was like casual relief to not work out as hard as I was working out, because it was like, okay, I'm not worried about losing weight right now. I'm just building muscle. And as a result, I actually lost 10 pounds, and then I lost 10 pounds of obviously fat and other things, and then I gained 8 pounds of muscle back as I got my gains. And
you're bringing a completely different physique, right? Like you say, you're toning, you're tightening, you're building, so you can even be the same weight you were before, but you look completely different. Because of your body shape after.
I'm only
the gym and things like that.
Actually, last night, and the funny thing is, well, probably for everybody, not just females, but maybe even a little more pronounced for females, your weight can really fluctuate. Like I would wake up in the morning and I would weigh myself then, I'd weigh myself later in the day. Pretty much consistently on a daily basis, I weighed 4 pounds heavier in the evening than I weighed in the morning. And last night I weighed 138.1 pounds, which was more than I've weighed this entire prep. But I drank 7 liters of water yesterday.
Full.
I was so waterlogged. I was like, what happened? So there's this is what everyone says, trust the process.
Yes.
Honestly, it's funny,
so hard.
the advice is probably the same from everybody. Get a coach, trust the process.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. But it always works out in the end.
Yeah.
It's like,
yesterday the way I felt, I was like, I'm like, well, marshmallow over here, I'm puffy. I got no cut lines, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna get killed. What am I doing here? And then finally, I pretty much peaked 30 minutes before I walked on stage.
I was gonna say, so when you woke up, it was like,
well, when I woke up, it was 5 a.m. because I had hair and makeup at 6.
Yeah.
And I hadn't cut water till about 8 p.m. last night. Cut water 8 p.m. Woke up at 5 a.m. You know, I was still peeing pretty much every hour on the hour at that point. Which that's a whole nother story. Trying to pee with your space. There's things there's things you learn. You learn something.
Yeah. And those are the things, like, as you know, people watching this and whatnot, that they don't know about, they don't hear about.
It's like the weird parts.
Yeah, sometimes we do pee through a cup to eliminate splatter.
Absolutely. Everyone knew, like, people were like, oh, you're gonna have to hover. No, cup.
Yeah. They're like, what?
You pee in a cup. When I said I had an incident, it was to do with hovering. Yes, you pee in a cup.
Tricks, yeah.
You physique last year.
I won figure. Yeah.
Oh, figure last year. Yeah.
Overall. At the Golden Prairie Cup, which is where we are today. I had won wellness in my division. Yeah.
I love the t-shirts.
Beautiful. Yes, they are. They're fabulous.
Yeah, they're awesome.
So it's a fabulous event. And it's a great, and it's growing.
And actually a lot of the athletes here have traveled from all across Canada specifically because of the production of this show and how amazing it is. And I've been to other shows, and this one knocks them out of the park. Golden Prairie Cup is it's like a world class. Like the money you've spent, you want this kind of production. So I'm so glad I chose Golden Prairie Cup because it's Melina's incredible. Like what she put into it, the swag bag we got.
I haven't even looked in there what you guys got.
You actually get to feel like a celebrity. Oh, we got an awesome water bottle. We got these shirts. We got some socks from Muscle Mafia. We got some cookies in the package, some candies. We got some stuff from Supplement World, Supplement King. I don't want to miss any of them.
It was full of treats.
It was full of a lot. I can't even remember them all. I don't want to miss listing anyone who contributed to that swag.
So everybody that contributed.
Everyone that contributed. It makes you feel like the queen you want to feel like on the stage. That was another point that I thought was the really a fun part of this is as a girl, usually you get your high school graduation, your early dolled up, and your wedding. Yeah. And then what else? Maybe if you're a bridesmaid, you're part of another wedding party. That's another occasion. But this is another one of those events where you get to get all of that all done up. I mean, your suits, your dress, your dress. Yeah. You get tanning, hair, makeup. You get your nails done. Yeah. And actually, a lot of the girls, some of the girls are like, yeah, I don't even know how to do makeup. I've never even done makeup. Even some of the overall winners, they were like, like one girl's like, I work for Highways and like I wear coveralls on a daily basis. And then like this is your chance to show that feminine side, even if it's not, it's there, but it's not what you show on a daily basis. You gotta go to work, you gotta do that, you gotta present your other version of you, and this is a chance to do something a little different, sort of express yourself in a different way, actually express your feminine side, guys. Bodybuilding, expressing your feminine side.
I had a previous guest on the show, and she described it as Cinderella. Yeah. You get all dolled up, you go on stage, and then after midnight, you just right back to where
Literally glass slippers. Like
when you run off and you're like,
yeah, when
kick
you're
the shoes
skiing
off,
and
and I'm done.
you got the glass whose shoes is
Yeah.
this? Yeah.
It's a great feeling walking on stage, and getting there is like, once you're here, you've done it.
Yeah.
Because so many don't make it this far, right?
Yeah. It's there's a lot of times along the way where you doubt yourself a lot. And that's okay. I think what happens maybe to a lot of people, and I don't know, I'm speculating, is probably they have one bad day, they go off, they don't follow their diet, and then they're like, oh, I screwed it up, it's over. No, it's not. It doesn't. You have one bad day, it doesn't delete your hard work. One bad day does not delete your hard work. You get back up, you get back on it.
Keep going.
The next day, you have one bad day, you get up the next day and you do what you do, and you keep going. Yeah.
And the great thing about that, like also having a coach, right? Let your coach know. Be honest with your coach. They're gonna know.
Yeah.
So it's like, fell off the wagon, sorry.
And telling people too, if you've told people you're doing it.
Hold you accountable. Accountability too.
Yeah.
Plays a big role, I find.
You don't want to let people down, especially if they're excited about you in some way.
And if you do, like you say, you just get back on your horse and carry on. Right?
Oh yeah, nobody knows about that. You're the only one who knows you had a bad day. No, nobody knows you ate cake. And it's actually, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. You can have a day where you ate cake on your prep, and it doesn't erase all of your hard work.
Yeah.
You know. So
yeah.
And
it's a big mindset. Your mind. It's a lot of the mind. This sport, I find, like going to the gym, lifting the weights. That's the easy part.
It's not just. It's often called, the sport of aesthetics, but it's the sport of discipline. It's the sport of extreme discipline and routine. It's definitely showing that you're able to be disciplined and able to buckle down.
Yeah, because there's a lot of distractions that can take you on a different fork in the road, right? Like the socializing gets limited, the family events can become limited, the taking your meals to your family event can be a thing, right? Like came with my Tupperware.
I literally did all the things during prep.
Yeah.
I had a surgery. I got off the birth control pill midway through prep. So I got off the birth control and rebalanced my hormones. I had my cousin's stagette, and then I was also a bridesmaid in her wedding party. And then I also went to a convention in Toronto. So I mean, for the stagette, it was a bit of a road trip. So I packed a cooler. I spent a few hours prepping, and I packed a cooler, put ice in it. You haul a cooler. You going somewhere, you haul a cooler full of your meals, and you know what? Absolutely everybody respected it. You think, oh, people are gonna be mad I'm not drinking? Like, no, they're proud of you, and then you end up with like a crowd supporting you. Like people they see how disciplined you are, and then they want to watch it, they want to follow you through, and people really support that. And then when we went to Toronto, we were driving around, so we rented a car, so we went straight. First stop was a grocery store. When I packed appliances, I packed a rice cooker, I packed a blender, took it to the hotel room. I had like my shopping list. I knew what I wanted to get. Went to the grocery store, bought it, took it to the hotel room. But it's funny, the hotel room wasn't what I was used to. Usually you get a little bit more of a fridge. This one was an older kind of hotel. They had a mini bar full of all this booze. I pulled everything out. I pulled all the stuff out of the mini bar, and I put all my food in there, and we never got charged for it. I think some hotels might charge you to take it out, but I mean, I would have just shoved it back in, whatever, or I just would have argued with them. Good luck.
It's all there.
Good luck trying to argue with me. But but yeah, it was, you do the things, you do the things, and it was annoying to have to do that when you're going on a road trip.
Yeah.
But you're also doing it for yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was like, I honestly actually had more fun not drinking on the stag I went to.
You got to be the DD. They were happy.
Yeah. And I was like, fun either way.
Yeah.
I just bring like a fun vibe regardless.
Yeah.
I don't
fabulous.
need the alcohol.
Yeah. Or the headache.
I just need some Shania Twain and I'm into it.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So exciting. So you did this morning. It went great. It went well. How did it go? You did.
Yeah, it was fun. I got second. In bodybuilding. The fabulous Lisa got first. Her conditioning was on point. Like I said, I did a lot of crazy things during my prep. So I didn't quite get my conditioning down, but I had certain muscles popping out that I could see in my stage photos that, well, I was working on them, but I was like, whoa, next year, I'm going to hit that stage and you're going to see muscles you didn't know existed.
Yeah. And it's your first time. So fantastic.
You don't know how you're going to condition down. No. You don't know what you're going to look like. Like once I was conditioned down, I actually realized like, oh, I probably could have competed in figure really well. I think I would have gave the figure girls a run for their money, but I love the girl who won. She was one of my backstage besties.
That's awesome.
She was great. I'm so glad she was up there and won that.
Nice.
But yeah, that's the thing is you actually don't really know what you're gonna look like until you start to cut down. But that's the one part that's a bit that's pretty difficult about bodybuilding of all of them is you have to be the most leanest, the most cut. So I've got to figure that out a bit more for myself, bringing the conditioning. And I knew that coming into it, that I didn't have the conditioning, but I went on stage anyway. And that's just what you got to do. It's your first show. Nobody expects you to have all the things on your first show. It's just
absolutely
making it to the stage.
It's only the beginning there. And then like,
and then
you just grow from there.
Have fun on your first show. That'd be another piece of this. Have fun, so you want to do it again. So I had a lot of fun, and like I said, today's freedom, tomorrow's day one of prep for next year.
Nice. On that note, we'll end it on that note because it's fabulous. So congratulations and good luck to next year.
Thank you for having me.
Excited. Yeah. So
hopefully you'll be back again.
Absolutely.
I want to thank my guest today and my listeners for joining me at Beyond the Prep. If you like this episode and want to make sure you don't miss any others, please subscribe. You can also find us on YouTube.